Hi, my name is Jackie Lee Price and welcome to Shadowboxruk. So hi and welcome to Chantelle Cameron. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm really good. Good to see your face. How's
Good.
everything going with you, the family, in this time?
Good, yeah. Like being isolating, obviously, keeping safe as we can, making sure my mum and dad don't catch anything. So I've just been sensible and just keeping my distance from people as much as I can.
Yeah, that's good. I half expected you to come out with that smoking jacket, Chantelle. Where is it?
Oh, I thought I'd put something different on today. I'm doing too many interviews in now. I'm thinking, Jesus, people think I'm a slob. I don't bother getting dressed throughout the day. So thinking, as I'm on lockdown, I think I best put something different on. But everyone thinks I'm just laying around in that all day.
To be honest, I just imagine you having them with that big animal slippers on at the bottom of that as well. So you've been getting Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been getting involved in a few sort of, joke things online, haven't you? A little few challenges. The Bob Marley challenge.
Oh, God, yeah. I was cringing, I didn't want to do it. But Jamie rang me because I was ignoring the group chat. So I seen it come up on the group chat saying what it's going to do, and I was ignoring it. So Jamie rang my phone, and I was on FaceTime to my friend at the time. So I was like ignoring that as well, and I think I'm going to have to answer this. So I answered, and Jamie was saying like, "Oh, go and do it, it'll be a laugh," and I absolutely hated it.
To be honest, I have never ever seen somebody so uncomfortable on camera.
I was so because I was like, I do not want to do this at all.
Nigel Traviso was getting into it, wasn't
he? Most of the lads were taking it proper serious. I was thinking, oh God. And I said to the lads who was editing it, I was like, make sure you make mine short.
Oh, we've disappeared. Oh no, we're back again. Sorry, say that again. So
the lad that was editing the video, I'd give him a text saying, make mine as short as possible.
Yeah, just the fear in your eyes, Chantelle, was hilarious.
It was so bad. So bad.
It's uplifting now. It has been uplifting to see.
It's the laugh anyway. Like, it was a bit of a joke, so it's quite funny.
So, like, a lot of people have been baking and stuff like that. Have you learned anything new during this time apart from training?
To be fair, like, I've just been taking the time for myself. I think, no, I've not done no baking or anything, but just mainly working on myself. Like, I think I've actually, to be fair, it sounds a bit stupid, but I've actually enjoyed this time. Obviously, it's a bad situation for everyone, but it's given me time, whereas I've taken time for myself, whereas usually I'm always on the go. I'm always here, there, everywhere. And it's the first time where I've spent so long in my house and I've taken time from actual self to like work on me as a person. So I've generally quite enjoyed it. And it's the first time I've spent so much time with like seeing my mum and dad as well. So it's actually, I'm actually quite enjoying it. Like, obviously I can't wait for it to be over, but it's not as bad as it is.
To be honest with you, I am quite enjoying it as well. And I thought I was the only one that was slightly weird, but it's not silly to say that. And like you say,
weird then, we're both weird.
Exactly. But the thing is, what's brilliant is that you are saying that you're working on yourself, and that's just as important as working on the physical side, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. Like, I'm still ticking over training, so I'm still doing a run, or if I'm not running, I'm going on a bike ride, or I'm in my garden hitting a bag, doing a circuit. But aside from that, I've got more time on my hands, so I'm not going to meet sponsors, I'm not going to meet my friends, I'm not going to the gym, going to the spa, I'm not going shopping all the time. But just little things where I've got so much time on my hands now, and it's giving me time to work on me as a person, and it's actually quite nice.
So when you say you're working on you, is it meditation, or what sort of things are you doing? Are you working on your mental health?
So reading and a lot of meditation, and I'm actually into crystals and things like that. So reading about crystals, like reading how to have like more of a positive output on life, and how to get your mind in a better frame of mind.
Brilliant.
So just things like that, whereas usually like I'm always tired after training, where I just go to sleep. or I'll go and meet my friends for a coffee or some food, or I'll end up going out and going to cinema or something. But when you can't do that, you're quite like, what should I do now then? And now it's giving me time to do things that I wouldn't usually get time to get around to doing.
And I mean, it's part of the whole training, though, isn't it? To be honest with you, it's, you know, the mind, body, and spirit. It all has to be working together in order for you to function as a fighter, or just for people to function. Really.
I think though, like you neglect it because you don't really think about it, so you don't give yourself that time. Whereas now, I think even when I go back into camp, I'm always going to give myself a day where I just do meditation, read a book, or just do something that's just my time. Come off my phone for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Just like little things that you just don't realise actually have a massive impact on you.
Yeah.
And obviously, I miss my friends. I miss seeing my friends and stuff. But I'm going to see him again anyway. Like, it's not like we're never going to see each other. And like, even now, like, in our group chats and texting and stuff, we're already excited for what's next. Like, we're like, oh, we'll do this, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see you. Like, it's going to be nice when we all reunite. So I just think the better days are going to come.
Do you not think that this has been a bit of a leveller in some respects? So, you know, there are fighters like yourself that are lucky enough to have sponsorship, and there are others that have to go to work and stuff. And then during this period, you know, not just in boxing, but, you know, during this period with regard to boxing, people have lost their sponsors. They're now thinking of, you know, getting a job to sort of top up their income when they're in training for their next fight, that sort of thing. Do you not think it's a great leveller?
Yeah, it's an eye-opener as well. I think you obviously the sponsors that drop out on you in this time, you kind of like, you see where they're coming from because they've got a business to run. But at the same time, you want to be supported by people that want to support you.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you see who wants to be on your team and who doesn't, who really wants to like carry on supporting you, who doesn't. So you're going to lose sponsors and stuff, and obviously nobody wants to lose sponsors in this time. But at the same time, people got to look after themselves, and you got to look after yourself as well. And I think it gives people a time as well to like realize how much they waste money on things they don't need. Like I think I've learned that I spend too much money on coffee shops. I'm gonna spend so much money in a coffee shop in a week. I wouldn't even like to think about how much I spend, and just buying things for the sake of it because I'm out and about.
Yes.
And it makes you realise you're just throwing money down the drain. So I think it's an eye opener like that. Like,
yeah, no.
I think everybody can use this time to actually see like you just throwing money away, or even if you're a professional boxer and you have got sponsors, boxing ain't forever. You need to think about what's next. So I've just applied for a course as well because this time it's made me think as boxing isn't my life. Like, there's more to me than a boxer. So I've applied at Northampton Uni to do a course, but I'm just waiting for it to start now because you just think you can't be sat around waiting for your next fight all the time. You need to like think about the future.
You're not the first person to have said that to me this week or last week. Yeah, I think that's a great thing that you, like you say, you've got this clear space to start thinking about you and what you want in your life. So yeah, that's a great thing, and absolutely right about the money situation. You don't know when you're going to get a next fight, or you don't know if you get injured, so you've got to kind of start putting some money away as well for the future.
Yeah.
So you were sorry, go on.
Yeah, like everyone now doesn't know when the next fight day is. There's like everybody's waiting, everybody's in the same boat. But I think it makes you realise that you can't always wait on a fight day. Like, get something else in the locker. Go study. Go do something where there's a plan B, because plan A ain't always going to work. So it's made me, I've been in this situation before though. I've had this situation, like, this is the third time. Obviously this situation is a lot different to before because it's the whole world's in jeopardy sort of thing. But I've been in this situation before where I've always thought there's more to life than boxing, and you have to have something else. So for me, it's the third time. So now I'm like, right, I need to do something different as well as boxing. Yeah,
no, that's good advice for people listening, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So you were in camp though, were you not, for a fight that was?
Yeah. So I was in camp. So I've had a long camp, very very long. Well, I did. So I started camp New Year's Day. I started training, and I went up to Manchester, started camp because I thought I was boxing March the 28th.
Yeah.
But that didn't come off. So I come off the boil then. Like I said to Jamie, like, there's no point training if we don't know what's happening with the fight.
Yeah.
So I come back to Northampton where I live, and just like seeing my friends, just come off the boils. Think there's no point preparing for something that's not coming off.
Yeah.
So that was in limbo. And then when I was at home, Jamie rang me saying that I was on Terry Harper and Tasha Jonas' bill.
Yeah, is that not in April?
Yeah, in April. So that was a 6-rounder.
Yeah.
So I started training back in Northampton because I was quite far out still. I was training in Northampton, and I was literally going up to Manchester on the Monday. So I think he must have rang me like midweek before. So I was going to start camp on the Monday, but then all the coronavirus, it started. So then I texted Jamie saying, like, should I leave it a week to see what's going to happen? But obviously it just turned for the worst, and I was promised a world title shot. So that was all going through the books, and obviously that's been another delay. So I was doing a 6-rounder, and then I was going to box for a world title.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you actually. So it was sort of almost like a tick over, and then was the world title, was it sort of signed on the dotted line? It was a definite, or is that now all up in the air?
So what I know, I think it is still a definite. It's still going to happen. So it's going to happen, but just I don't know if it's going to be on the same bill or me and the opponent. Like I know who I'm boxing and everything, but it's not been announced.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of this signed deal, but now it's just when it's going to happen.
So congratulations, firstly, for finally getting a chance to box for a world title.
Yeah.
I tell you what, you got some patience, girl.
I'm telling you, I think the boxing gods are definitely not looking down on me.
Well, they are now.
Yeah.
I was saying actually to Savannah the other day, the thing is, you got to kind of see it like you're being avoided, and the more people are getting to know you in the pro scene, they're all going to start asking questions. This is what I was saying to Savannah, and everyone's calling your names now, so it is literally your time, isn't it?
Yeah, I think like there's been some avoidance. Like there has been I've been dodged a few times, but I got myself in a position for mandatory. So at the end of the day, whatever I've got to do to get that belt, I'm going to get the belt, and that's why I'm not really fussed who I face. Whoever I face, we both want the same thing. Yeah. So just finally just persevered and just got to wait for the shot to be made now. I had the date set, I had the opponent set, but it's just another delay.
Yeah, but it's brilliant news though. But you did have another sort of thing on the table before that. Are you allowed to speak about that? And then that fell through, didn't it?
Yeah, so I was meant, is that McCaskill?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was meant to be fighting McCaskill, but obviously she's fighting Cecilia Brackhouse now. So yeah, fair play to her. It's a massive fight. It makes more sense to fight Cecilia than me, doesn't it? If I was in her shoes, I would have gone for Cecilia as well. So
you don't sound bitter about it, which is,
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. In the day, it's business, and you got to fight the biggest names. That's like me. If I got the opportunity to fight a bigger name, I'll do the same thing. Makes sense. You want to be top of the game, so go for the biggest opponents, biggest names in the division. Oh, sorry.
So yeah, there's been another shake-up as well, because you were chasing that Katie Taylor fight. She's now boxing Amanda Serrano. So do you think then, after your title fight, that you'll get to fight the winner of that, or?
In all honesty, I don't think that's going to happen. If I'd love that fight because both girls, I'm actually fans of both girls. I think they're both brilliant boxers. Be good fights for me to be in, but don't think it's going to happen. Both of them got bigger names to box, and I'm a small fish in a big pond, so they're going to crack on with the big names, and I've just got to keep working myself up that ladder to get myself in them positions.
Who do you think is going to win out of that?
I think it's a really, really good fight. I hope the judges are fair. I hope the judges are fair. Like, it's going to be a tough fight, but I have a feeling Serrano could win it.
Right, okay.
I really like Serrano's style. She's aggressive, she's powerful, and she's fit. I just think she's going to cause a lot of problems.
Yeah. With regard to Amanda Serrano, I mean, she's been around for about 11 years now. Do you think it is literally a case of they've had to wait so long also that they're kind of like really trying to get those paydays now?
Yeah, like Amanda Serrano, was she seven weight division world champion?
Yeah.
Something like that. Like, Jesus, that's
38 fights, or 38 and lost one, or something like that.
Yeah, like her record is incredible.
Yeah.
And 7 weight world champion, like, wow, like that's amazing. But I think who she boxed, who she faced to get that. And I think against Katie Taylor, she's going to be boxing the best in the world. Like, that's how it is. So that's when I think she's really going to be tested. Yeah. It's going to be a massive test, but I really rate her. I think, and she literally lives for the game. You can tell she trains solid. She sacrifices her life, and like, she loves her sport. Yeah. So I think it's hard to say who's going to win that fight. I think it's just a great fight.
Yeah. I think
Amanda seems to have a bit more of a bang on her, but people are saying about Amanda's weight and saying she's small. Like, she may be small, but she fluctuates. Yeah. And I just don't think that's going to come into factor. I don't think Katie's a big hitter for the lightweight division. I don't think Katie's that strong for a lightweight.
She's fast, but she's not. She's not particularly strong.
Yeah, she's fast, but she's not physical. She's not physically strong, and she's not got frightening power or anything. Yeah. So I think when people say about Amanda Serrano being small for the weight, I just don't think that's going to play a factor.
Yeah. Going back to that point of, you know, who has she fought, in her defence, and a lot of those that have been around for a long time, they could only really box who was put in front of them at the time. And
exactly.
For me, it was only until, you know, you ladies that were internationals or people that have boxed for sort of, GB, etc., or their country, until they started turning over the Olympians and stuff like that, this is when it started to get really tasty in the female pro divisions.
Yeah, I think in the minute in the women's pro boxing, it's either you're at the top of the tree, you're world level, or you're down here. Yeah. So there's no middle. There is no middle, and I think now the more people are coming through, and the more people coming from the amateur scene, there'll be a balance soon. Yes. I don't think it's going to happen just yet, but there is going to be a balance, and I think that's when things are going to get interesting. Because at the minute, it is kind of like a massive leap, huge leap. Serrano and Taylor, that's two world level opponents, and that's what makes such a good fight.
I wanted to ask you something. It's a little bit controversial, but I'm just interested in boxing people's take. So you're always around men in the gym. Obviously, male humour is very different to female humour. I don't think people know that until you sort of are around a boxing gym. The whole Billy Joe Saunders thing, you know, do you see it as misogyny or bit of gym banter gone horribly wrong?
Personally, I think it's gym banter that's gone horribly wrong. That's what I think it is. Like, I didn't think he meant it to portray how it come across. And obviously, I used to run a charity for domestic abuse. So, like, I am passionate about domestic abuse for women and men. But I think it was banter that just gone really wrong. And I think it was just it's a stupid video. That's it. A stupid video that maybe he shouldn't have posted. But he done it for a laugh. Like, at the moment, everybody is worrying, anxieties are going through the roof. everybody's miserable. Like, it was to cheer people up. So
Yeah.
I see why he done a video to get a laugh out of people and try like lifting the mood. But obviously it didn't come out across like that.
Do you think it would have been better it was just literally left to, you know, send around the lads rather than put it on Instagram? I'm in agreement with you, by the way. I thought it was meant as a bit of light-hearted banter, and it just went horribly wrong.
Yeah, I think I watched the video and like it didn't offend me. Obviously, it offended a lot of people, but you can kind of tell it was just a bit of banter, so that people that have like blew their heads about it, it's kind of like you knew it. He was just having a laugh. Maybe people didn't find it funny, but I think if you look at it, the point is that he was having a laugh.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have been taken as serious as it was. But I think maybe just send that to your mates. Like, don't put it on Instagram. Be careful what you post.
You know, what do you think about sort of, there seems to be a lot of, let's say, hypocrites that have come out of the woodwork, gone, oh, that's so terrible, it's terrible, you know, but yet will have photographs and, you know, big up mailboxes that have, you know, been proven to have, you know, beaten their partners.
I think that's how social media works. There's a lot of fake people out there and jumping on the bandwagon. And I think that's what it is. People just jumping on the bandwagon, like, as you said, being hypocrites. Like, and I think it's a bit pathetic. Like, even Clarissa, she done a video, and I thought it was funny. So she done one countering Billie Joe Saunders, and it was funny. And she was getting grief off it, and I just thought, oh, come on, like, you can tell she's doing it as a joke.
Yeah.
Like, the world at the minute is always, everyone's hearing this negative stuff. It's negative this, negative that. It was a laugh, like, and I think people just took it too much to heart. I watched them both, and I thought it was quite funny. Obviously, Billie Joe Saunders was offensive to those that are quite sensitive to that, and it wasn't the ideal video to share on Instagram. But if people seen that like through a group message or something, they probably would have took a little chuckle. But the fact that it's on social media, they feel like they've all got to like jump on the bandwagon saying how bad it is, how offensive. And like, when I seen Clarissa's, I thought that was funny as well. Yeah. And offers are just like, just people just being over the top.
Do you think he should have been banned? Or should he have just got a fine? Oh, well, he's got a fine as well, but do you think a fine? So, okay, so let's look at football, right?
Yeah.
When they have racism in football, etc., and the team gets fined, doesn't it? The team gets fined. Do you think Billie Joe should have just got fined, or do you think, yes, that's a fair punishment for what he's done?
I think he should have just got fined. I think he didn't mean no harm in it. So say like somebody was posting that video actually being malicious, actually saying how to beat up your wife or your girlfriend, that's malicious. But you could tell in the video he was doing it for a laugh.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was the smartest move. So I would have fined him, just give him a fine and say, before you post that, think what you're doing and think how it's going to affect other people that may be in bad situations and suffered domestic abuse. So I think fine with it. I think banning him is a bit extreme, especially when he's got such a massive fight planned. So
it's interesting, Chantelle, because I've asked this to a few people. You're not the only female I've asked, and I've asked men, and I'm going to be honest with you, everybody has said exactly the same thing.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Everybody. Yeah.
It's a bit harsh, I think.
Yeah. So lastly, finish this sentence for me. Because of COVID-19, I am grateful for
spending more time with my family.
That's nice. Yeah, that's nice.
It's made me realise like I should make a lot more time for my family. I think that's been the biggest eye opener. Like, I spend so much time training with my friends, back and forth from Manchester. I forget that my family's there and they don't really see me.
Yeah, no, that's nice. I think that's what's happened with a lot of people. But I think, again, it's part of the game, isn't it? That you are sort of full throttle trying to, you know, train S&C, Instagram, this, that and the other, and then they kind of get left by the wayside. And I think that all of us have really...
I think you don't realise like how much time you don't spend on yourself. Like, I think that's what I've learned, is take an hour just for me. No phone, no boxing, no training, just no TV, nothing, just an hour just me.
Yeah, good.
And I think that's what I've learned from this.
You sound like you're in a really good place, Chantelle.
Actually, I'm quite enjoying this lockdown.
To be fair, so am I. I'm literally like, I go in the street and I'm like, this is bliss.
Yeah, it's just so quiet and peaceful, and I just quite like it.
Yeah, but let's not wish for it to last any longer. Let's be fair.
Hopefully it's done soon, but hopefully it's over real quick. Obviously, I want to get back in the ring. Like, I've got itchy knuckles. I want to have some fights, but what's the point? Like, you can't be negative. You can't be down about it. We're all in this situation. Make the most of it. If you don't make the most of it, it's going to drive you insane.
Absolutely.
So I'm making the most of it. Like, moaning about it, being down and depressed, like, it's not going to do anything. We're still going to be in the same situation. So just get on with it and just take the pros from it. That's what I'm doing anyway. There's loads of negatives. Like, it's driving me insane because I'm used to the gym. It's completely like messed up my lifestyle. So part of me is driving me insane, but then another part of me is like, I've never done this. I've never literally just switched off from everything.
Yeah.
Taking time for myself and work to myself. So it's pros and cons to everything. So I'm just taking the pros from it.
So just remind us how long you have been fighting for. Not just, you know, you were doing the kickboxing before, then you're doing the boxing. So let's just talk about, you know, you're saying that this is the first time that you've taken time for yourself. How long has your fight career been?
So it's actually been 18 years.
Wow.
18 years. And literally, no word of a lie, the only time I've had like a big break is when, so 2016, the end of 2016, New Year's Eve, I had 3 months off New Year's Eve because I had septicemia.
Yeah, I remember you saying.
Yeah, so I spent a week in hospital, and then when I got out of hospital, I had a pump strapped to my leg, and I couldn't do no physical activity for 3 months. So all I was allowed to do after, I think it was like 2 weeks, was walk. I wasn't allowed to even lift a weight, even body weight exercises like upper half. They wouldn't let me do because of the pump strapped on my leg. It would have affected it. So from the age of 10 up until 2016, it's the first time I had a 3-month break. Like, the longest I would have had off was a week or 2 weeks. So for me, I'm just like, it's kind of like quite refreshing. I'm having a bit of time out.
Yeah. I mean, I think now it's just about scheduling those me times into your calendar, as it were.
Yeah. So I'm still training. I'm still ticking over. I'm still doing what I can. Obviously, it's not the same, but I'm not sat on my couch all day. I'm not like in bed till midday or nothing like that. I'm still doing as much as that can be done, but at the same time, I'm just having a bit of time out as well.
Nice. Always a pleasure to speak to you. Yeah. Just keep your chin up and keep enjoying those me times. And I will see you very, very shortly. I'll come up and hopefully up to Manchester and see you.
Wicked, thank you.
If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber of Shadowboxruk UK, we'd love to see you. So please go ahead and subscribe now.